So it's been about a month since I posted something on my channel, and I feel like I'm at confession at the moment. It has been a month since my last vlog post. But for those of you who are new to my channel and have just come across this video, welcome to Living Consciously with MC, which is me, your host, Marie-Claire, MC for short. And for those of my loyal subscribers that have been subscribed, even though I was absent for a month, thank you for still being here. Thank you for holding space and for just allowing me to know that there is still so much information and messages to be shared on this channel. And it may look a little differently going forward. Reason for this virtual background: no, I'm not out in space, and that is why I haven't been present, although part of me kind of did feel like I was drifting in the space for the month of May. For those of you, I don't know if anyone else felt the intensity during the month of May. There was just like this push-pull feeling that I had towards social media. I wanted to go on and I wanted to post, and at the same time, I just didn't want to be on social media. Being aware of all this fake energy that was on social media, people being very inauthentic, and especially in the spiritual world, people who were portraying that they were spiritual in order to lure people in, and that they were anything but. And because there are so many people at this moment seeking, I mean, there really is almost like this urgency where people are seeking the truth, seeking to see who are they, you know, where do they fit in, because there is this calling that has been activated, so even more star seeds can awaken. Even more way showers can awaken, even more light workers can awaken, so that you and your energies can start being the contribution that is required at this moment in time and in this moment in space, because there is so much that is changing. I mean, there's been so much that's changing for such a long time, but we're really at like the crux of it. This old matrix, this false reality, this illusion is busy crumbling. And as it's crumbling, you know, things are feeling uncomfortable and things are looking chaotic in the world. But please remember, the most important tool that you could ever use is, it's sort of like a mantra, maybe not even a mantra, maybe more a statement. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. It allows you to look beyond this illusion. And who knows if, you know, planet Earth even looks like that. I mean, there are so many things that we're just not even aware of, because there are so many lies out there and there are so many stories. And what if it doesn't even matter what it looks like? The most important part is that we are here in this moment in time, in this moment in space, and we are here for a divine reason, not even a divine purpose. I mean, we came here to play the game. If any of you know of Florence Scovel's work, The Game of Life and How to Play It. And some people don't enjoy the fact of knowing that this life is a game. And when you know how to play by the rules, and the rules are the universal laws, that's why it's one of the modalities I love to teach and facilitate on a group level. Universal laws, there are 13 of them that are known. There are many more that are coming out, and the sub-laws. And when you know how to apply those universal laws, and you allow everything to be filtered through those universal laws and the sub-laws, you will start living your life very differently. You will be aligned so much more to your higher self than your ego self. And it's only the ego self that takes everything personally. It's the ego self that sits in this lower vibrational energy. It makes everything feel as though you're in a victim mode. It feels sometimes that you will never find your purpose, that you will never know your purpose. But please remember, the ultimate battle that has been fought on planet Earth up until this time, for the longest time, is the battle between the dark and the battle between the light. Light always wins, always. But the dark will keep trying their absolute best. And so for light workers and for way showers and for star seeds, sometimes it can feel like you just want to give up. You will feel like, why am I even doing my spiritual practice? Why am I even trying to assist people to wake up? You have those moments where you feel like, okay, that's it, I'm done. I'll forget about this. I'll maybe go get a proper corporate job. No, I'll leave all of this nonsense and I'll just, stick to that. And you can try that for a little bit. And then spirit will always call you back to say, your energy is required somewhere else. And if you can just surrender to your divine plan, to the big plan that your spirit team know, and allow yourself to be moved. You will always be doing what you love, especially when you set that intention to be like, that's it. Whatever I'm doing, I want to love what I do. Like that is my strongest intention, is my strongest desire. And actually, I'm going to make that a demand. I want to love what I do. If you put that intention out there and you leave the universe and your spirit team to actually just take care of the rest, you are always going to find yourself at the most divine time, at the most divine place, with the most divine people, and you are actually going to be able to allow your energies to just be what they're meant to be this massive contribution. And if you're not even plugged into this, if you're just literally doing day to day to day, and you're playing the game with the rules that are the false rules, but those are the only rules you're not even aware of all of this. Like you're not even connecting to your spirit team. And because the spirit team is always going to allow free will to be, it's one of the rules, whoever created us, they put in free will so that no one can intervene unless we ask for spiritual and divine assistance. Your spirit team is sitting here next to you, just waiting for you to ask for some assistance, for you to start connecting to them and chatting to them and allowing your life to be so much deeper and so much more fulfilled in every moment, because you're having these conversations with your angels and with your guides. And the one guide that is very strong in my world, okay, so there's two guides that are very strong in my world. So there is, if any of you have seen any of my pictures on social media, especially Instagram, there's a North American Indian at the back of a couple of pictures. He is one of my main guides, and he is continuously reminding me to get out of my own way, which is, as humans, we can really be super cute and really stand in our way a lot. And then the other guides who have been incredibly strong and have kept making their voice louder and louder is the animal guides, which are my dragons. I say my dragons, but they're the dragons. Dragon energy has been on Earth. It is the oldest energies of planet Earth. And if you look at mountains and you have a really strong connection to mountains, you might want to ask yourself if you're actually connected to dragon energy. So when you fly in planes and you're high above and you're looking down and you see these beautiful mountain ranges, have you ever looked and seen that they almost look like sleeping dragons? Like if you just use your abundant imagination, and some of us shut off our imagination because, most people have told us that it was airy fairy, it's wasting time, but our imagination is a key to unlocking what this reality is and what it isn't. So looking at mountains and getting a sense of this dragon energy, and there are earth dragons, there are galactical dragons, there are ascended master dragons. I mean, the dragon range of how many different types of dragons there are to support us, and they hold the wisdom of ancient energy that we can tap into. And you don't need to know a lot about it. If you just recognize that you connect with mountain energy, recognize that you're possibly connecting to dragon energy. And when you connect to dragon energy, there is going to be so much that's going to shift and change in your world. That energy is busy being awoken at the moment as well. Awoken. English is not my first language. Energy is. If there's ever a video that you are coming across and there is this little bit of difficulty that I'm having with words, please remember, energy is my first language. Putting it into words sometimes doesn't always gel with me. So this old energy, this dragon energy is awakening. There we go, awakening. And these are the other guides that I've been working with for a very, very long time. And it's something that I haven't really shared on my channel. And when I was taking sort of some quiet time in May, they said, like, if I go back to vlogs, I have to make their energy known. And some of you have been connecting to dragon energy for a long time. I mean, Diana Cooper has done a lot of dragon work. There's a lot of different spiritual teachers who've been teaching about dragon energy. And it really is just connecting in your own personal way. So what I often love and suggest to people is like, oracle decks are one of the easiest ways to start tapping into your own infinite intelligence, your own infinite wisdom, because then it's not going to be clouded by anybody else's points of views. So if you grab yourself a deck, especially like we're talking about dragons, so a dragon deck, and you connect to that, you love the deck, and you start playing with this deck, and you start pulling cards every single day, that is you being able to tap into dragon energy. And you, in your meditations, or whether you are out in nature, or whether you're just having a download, because they will download information to you at any time, you will get this sense and you will get this awareness. And then again, work with what resonates with you. If you love journaling, write this information down so that you can look back to it. But dragon energy is making itself known stronger and stronger and stronger with every single day. So that was one of the messages in terms of what can you be and what can you do to create a different Earth, or to assist planet Earth as she is ascending into a new Earth. Start tapping into dragon energy. Also start tapping into North American Indian energy. Look at their teachings, look at the wisdom that they have. And a lot of the times it is simple wisdom, because it's all about connecting back to Mother Gaia, connecting to Father Sky, allowing all this extra external stuff that we've become distracted with. And that is another thing with this false matrix. It's allowed us to become so distracted with materialism and with materialistic things. And we always feel like we're constantly accumulating. And if we don't have enough, then we have to accumulate more. But then you're just stuck with all this stuff. And I mean, that's why there's always the spring cleaning to do, you know, physically, emotionally, spiritually, this detox of stuff, because we just keep collecting more and more things. And the more simpler you can live, the easier it is for you to start tuning into different energies around you, so that you can assist your energy to be vibrating really, really high, to start connecting to the new Earth energy. Because like I said, it's not just being birthed now, this new Earth. Eckhart Tolle wrote a new Earth a very long time ago. He already had the sense that this new Earth was busy being created. And a lot of people feel like there's going to be this split, you know, and this is going to be the first time that this has ever happened. Then a planet is actually going to shift, because it's almost going, there is no time to, like, you know, redo this, flush out all the humanity that is here. So I'm just going to separate myself. There is going to be an old Earth that is going to have all the lower vibrational energies, the densities, the negativity, the war, the greed, the corruption. And then I'm going to split and create something far greater in this new Earth. And then for those of us whose energies are going to be attuned and aligned to that new Earth, we're the ones who are going to go forward with that. So many people don't know what that's going to look like. I don't even know what that's going to look like, but there is the sense, like you feel that there is this possibility that two different Earths can be created. And you get a sense of that. So to be part of that, do what is required from you, or of you, in terms of looking after your physical body. I mean, if your physical body is going to ascend into something higher, into something different, your physical body has to be light. And that is why so many people are talking about intermittent fasting, in terms of not being consumed by food. Again, food is another distraction that we have in this reality. We're constantly looking at what to eat. But what if you sort of just changing your diet, changing your nutrition, changing the way you see and view food, and again, allow your infinite intelligence, your own infinite wisdom, to share with you what is required for you and your body. Because it might look different from what everyone else is doing. It's all going to still have the same target and the same aim, in order to allow your physical body to feel so much lighter, so they can vibrate even higher. And yes, a lot of the times it is switching to a vegetarian diet. For most people who don't mind doing sort of like those extremes, they can go into a vegan diet. But if you start cutting out all those sort of heavy vibration and lower vibrational foods, you are going to help your body to ascend. And yes, in the beginning, there's going to be headaches and there's going to be detoxes and things like that. And this is a good thing. So many people see it as a bad thing, but this is a good thing, so your body can start physically vibrating on a higher level. Emotionally, start clearing out all the could'ves, would've, should'ves, all these feelings where you're feeling victim, or you're allowing yourself to be a victim of circumstance. You are the one creating your reality. Your thoughts are creating your reality. Your words are creating your reality. And if you want something different to occur on the outside, we've spoken about this so many times, you have to do something different on the inside. So in your mind, using different words, telling a new story, faithing it until you make it, not faking it till you make it. Faking it has a very strong ego energy to it. But if you are faithing it till you make it, you are using your affirmations, you are chatting to your spirit team, you're very aware of that energy and what you can be and do to hold high vibrations and to assume the wish fulfilled. And you have no point of view of how that is going to happen. You just know that you know that you know that the universe has got your back and that your spirit team has got your back and that your dreams and your desires are going to start unfolding and actualizing everything in its most divine time, at the most divine place, with the most divine people. And you trust that. You carry on every single day having gratitude, lifting your vibration, having gratitude for the good, the bad, and the perceived ugly, so that you start shifting things emotionally. And then spiritually, it's again allowing you to tap into your guides. And as I said, at the moment, it feels like the North American Indian energy, long time ago, that wisdom and those teachings is coming through so strongly, not just for me, but for a lot of people. So look at that, see if it starts resonating within your world. If you find yourself resonating with dream catchers and feathers and, horses, there's all this different energy that is connected to that will start allowing you to get a greater sense of connecting back to the simplest teachings, of connecting back to Mother Gaia and Father Sky, and again, the dragon energy, the actual earth energy, the oldest energy that has been around for a very, very long time. And it is a beautiful energy, because so many people have this point of view of being afraid of dragons, and then they've created enough stories to make people fear dragons. But remember, those were just stories. All the stories that make you fear certain things, re-look at it. Like, look at movies again. Look at all the stuff that they've wanted you to fear. Sharks. I mean, they wanted us to fear sharks for such a long time. And I watched the most beautiful documentary the other day with a woman who was actually an animal guide and animal communicator, and how this great grandmother, great white shark, came to have a conversation with her to say that, there is this peace that is required between the animal kingdom and between the plant kingdom and between the human kingdom. And that now is the space and now is the time for all those old fears and all those old stories to really be broken down and for a new way forward to be developed. So have a look at all of those movies and the stuff that they want you to fear and what fear has actually done and how it's being created. Re-look at that. Look at it through a completely different filter. And just see what they were preventing you from actually doing. Because remember, there are so many subliminal messages and so many subliminal programming that happens in a lot of movies. And it clouds your own infinite intelligence and your own infinite wisdom. And the only way that you can get closer to that is if you give yourself the space. I haven't watched TV in such a long time. I've never watched the news. I mean, my friends always used to say that I live under a rose quartz rock, because something would happen in the news and I'd hear about it days later, and I'd ask them and they would laugh at me because I just wasn't aware of it. Didn't make a difference in my world. It actually made a better impact that I wasn't aware of all this trauma and drama. So the more space you can give yourself, the easier it is for you to connect to your spirit guides and for your spirit team to come through to you, to give you those messages, to give you those downloads in terms of just uplifting your energies. So today, just to wrap up this vlog in terms of what you can be and what you can do in order to assist and move your body physically, emotionally, and spiritually to this new earth, is to start looking at your life, at what you can do to change things. How do you simplify things? Because simplification of your life is where you can bring in more ease and more joy. You're not simplifying it out of lack and limitation. And that is one thing also that I just want to share is, have a look at what's going around in the world today in terms of like inflation, interest rates, how they're trying to squeeze people to go into fear and into lack, into limitation. I don't have enough, my salary is not coming, or I don't have this, or I don't have that. Remember, your point of view creates your reality. So if you know what their agenda is and what they're trying to do in this game of life, you get to apply different rules because you're working with the universal laws, and the universe has always got your back. Your spirit team always has your back, and abundance is our birthright. Prosperity is our birthright. We think, though, it has to look a certain way. And if you think it has to look a certain way, it cannot show up another way. And if it does show up in that other way, you're not going to see it. You're not going to recognize it. So that is why break all these old paradigms by start looking at your belief systems, by start looking at what your dominant thoughts and words are, and see where you can again tell a new story, start shifting things around. And again, it's about elevating your frequency and your vibration physically, emotionally, and spiritually so that you move to the new earth. That's if you want to. Maybe there's a different choice you're wanting to make, and maybe you enjoy the old earth and you want to stay with that. And if that's the case, I'm not sure what you're doing on this vlog, but hey, thank you for popping your energy bar. But for most of you who are busy watching anything consciousness related, you have this awareness that there is something different going on, something greater going on, and you're wanting to be part of it. So change your nutrition, change your diet, change your words, change your thoughts, change your emotions, start connecting with your spiritual team and get clearer on who your guides are. Have the awareness that there is this energy around, dragon energy, that's really, really strong. The North American Indian, Native American Indian, that all of their culture, I mean, the Mayan traditions, the Egyptian stuff. So it's not just really North American Indians, it's all this old civilization stuff. And a lot of the times it's because that is where the knowledge is being kept. It's being kept hidden. So they're not hidden. It's being kept secret, but I wouldn't say it's actually just being hidden, but that everything is hidden in plain sight. So remember that the truth is hidden in plain sight. So what energy, space, consciousness, choice, magic, miracles, mysteries, and possibilities can you and your beautiful bodies be to create something different within your energetic field, so that you can start shifting into the new earth possibility? And everything and anything that doesn't allow you to be that, to do that, can we erase, eradicate, eliminate? Can we frack the intensity of that out, and anything that doesn't allow you to shift that? What if you could choose something different? What if now is the space? What if now is the time? And if you liked this vlog and you enjoyed the information and the content, please hit that like. Please consider subscribing if you're new to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you when the energies align, and sending you all so much love, so much magic, so much blessings. And just keep asking yourself, what energy, space, consciousness, choice, magic, miracles, mysteries, and possibilities can my body and I be to create and generate something completely new in order to shift to the new earth? Till next time, everyone, lots of love.